Back to the charts with Big Boss Crypto, bringing on a day trading analysis on Bitcoin and on Chainlink. Bitcoin is starting to move to the downside, and as I told you in my last day trading update, we are still in an uptrend until we break 60k. Then we go into the downside. What's the likelihood of that? Well, let's take a look at the charts. So Bitcoin has been in an uptrend for a while, as you can see, and as you have probably felt, you should be in some nice profits. Nevertheless, as I've been telling you, we're starting to possibly top out. We have possibly a double top formation. It is not confirmed yet. You need to remind yourself that you only trade on confirmation and not on pure speculation, because they can just turn to the upside from this point, going all the way to 500k. Not very likely, but yeah, you know, when you trade, you want to trade on confirmation and not what is looking like it's about to happen. That's when they completely turn the market and you stand there with some liquidations. So to be safe, double top formation is confirmed when we break 60.8k and confirm a daily candle below it. If we do that, we have some volume candles which hasn't been recovered yet, from 59k now to 51.7k. And yeah, I do think if we break 60k to the downside, then I do think we're gonna go lower, possibly down to 54 to 51k in the next impulsive move to the downside. It's not well, it's a big move to the downside, but from the top to the downside, it's approximately 30%, which is healthy for a bull run to have those kind of retraces. And if it's your first rodeo in this bull run, well, it's completely normal to drop 30% in almost a week. So if you were here the last bull run or the bull run before, 30% is peanuts basically in the bull run, because we recovered that in 2-3 weeks and we have new all-time highs. So until then, I do think we're gonna go and visit the 60k zone. If not, I do think we could go down to, let's say, 58k, which is this volume candle right here, and from there create a double bottom formation, because we're in such a strong bull run. And you know, April 20th is approaching, and April 20th is the halving date. So we could have a drop to the downside, because the market maker is buying as price drops, and then he'll reverse it on April 20th, and bam, we're up to new all-time highs again after the halving. Could be a scenario. We just have to wait and see until we get a clear confirmation on what's about to happen. Looking at the news events for this week, we had the Jolts job openings today. Tomorrow we have Jerome Powell speaking, which is kind of interesting. We're gonna see what he has to say. And on Friday is the non-farm employment rate and unemployment rate in general in the US. So Friday is a big day, and also Wednesday when Jerome Powell speaks. He's not gonna say a lot of new stuff, I guess, but if he does, it's gonna shock the market. So you have to wait and see what this guy has to say before you make any scalping trades. Not financial advice, just for education and entertainment purposes only. So the liquidation map, a lot of people got liquidated in the 68k area. A lot of longs are wiped out. As you can see, we still have a cluster here above 70k. Not a lot of money, to be honest with you. So if we take, let's say, the 1 week liquidation map, you can see maybe some other stuff, because 24 million isn't a lot of money, especially not in the Bitcoin market. So now we see that we had a lot more liquidation points here at 69 and 68k. Still a cluster here, 600 million, around 72k. So a lot of shorts will get liquidated if we go to that point. So now you have to basically guess what's about to happen. We haven't confirmed a double top formation. A lot of liquidation points are here at 72k. So yeah, you have to make a decision here. And that's completely up to you because this isn't financial advice. So with that being said, let's take a look at Chainlink. So Chainlink is moving sideways as it usually does. That is kind of bullish in the long term because in this zone, as you can see right here, is where they're loading up on their buy orders, possibly. So long term, very good. Trading wise, as I've been telling you guys, you mark off basically when price is stalling like this, you mark off a high and you mark off a low in this zone. So I took this high right here and I took this low right here. So we've been trading in this zone, around this zone for a couple of days, as you can see, or a couple of weeks actually. So if you had marked off this zone and went long around the low of this point of this range, so at $17.5, we've been tapped into this zone or this price point a couple of times. So as you can clearly see, when we went into this range, I'm not going to count this one, we've been tapping into this zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to the downside. So it could have went long at that point, and at the top of the range we tapped 1, 2, 3 times. So it's clearly a manipulative range to keep price within this zone to load up on some orders. That's the only explanation here. It doesn't matter what you think about it, if it's wrong or right, but it's clearly that they're doing this on purpose for some reason. We're gonna wait and see when they break out of this range with a clear move what their intention really is. So that's something you could trade, possibly on the 1 hour or the 5 minute time frame. Scalp this, have your alert set on $17.6 approximately, and basically load up on some orders in or around this zone. As you can see, we're clear bouncing on this current daily candle. We're creating a lot of VIX in these zones. So keep that in mind when trading Chainlink. Otherwise, I marked off kind of a double top formation for you guys. It's not definitely clear, but kind of looks like a double top formation. If we break $16.3, we're going to move to the downside. And the closest volume candle below is at $15.2. Break that, we could go all the way down to $11.5. So yeah, keep this in mind when trading and trade safely. None of this was financial advice. This was just for education and purpose only. Have a good one. Big Boss out.